The Savannah City Council has decided to remove the name of abolitionist and former Vice President John C. Calhoun from the city's historic square. The town square will be renamed Susie King Taylor, the emancipated black woman who teaches former enslaved people to read and write. The decision honor Taylor will put an end to the 170-year memorial service. Calhoun, Georgia. Georgia's oldest city with history dating back American Revolution, marks historic break from the era of slavery when Savannah City Council decided last Thursday to rename downtown square in honor of black woman who taught formerly enslaved people read and write. Lived. Susie King Taylor is the first black person whose name will grace one of Savannah's 23 squares. Savannah is first in 140 years to approve renaming one of picturesque, park-like squares that were valuable features city's original plan. Founded in 1733. Being meaningful is another. And in this case we do both, said Savannah Mayor Van Johnson. This was something that people of Taylor's era would never understand. Author MAXINE KINGSTON awarded Lifetime Achievement before Columbus Foundation public spaces and memorials in the southern city have long been reserved almost exclusively to Georgia's colonial founders, former governors, martyred war heroes, and other prominent white men. It's time for a square named after the woman, said Patt Gunn, Savannah tour guide, who led a group of activists who spent 3 years trying to get the square named after Taylor. The oak-shaded square that will bear Taylor's name is located near the southern end of the historic district in downtown Savannah, named after John C. Calhoun, a 170-year-old former U.S. vice president from South Carolina and a strong supporter of slavery.war. The Savannah City Council voted to remove Calhoun Square name last November, following a campaign by Gunn's coalition that said it was unworthy of the honor in a city where 54% of population is black. City officials removed all signs with Calhoun's name from the square immediately after the initial vote. The area remained anonymous for 9 months as the municipality gathered proposals for a new name. Some in Savannah were vehemently opposed to the change. Local resident David Tootle said Calhoun's support for slavery was completely wrong. But as a historical figure who had served as vice president under 2 administrations, it should not disqualify him. Tootle filed lawsuit last month, arguing that removing signs with Calhoun's name from the square violated Georgia law passed in 2019 to protect Confederate monuments and other public monuments, but never got a decision from Judge Raleigh. North Carolina. African opened the state's first park honoring American history. It's not about Calhoun, said the black Tootle. The mayor and council also decided to put up a sign on the square that originally bore Calhoun's name and explaining why they chose to remove it. Born into an enslaved family in 1848, Taylor